This is a very weird thing for me to say, okay? I have been an atheist since I was about 19. I didn't really think too much on the uh, physical end of philosophy very deeply. I didn't really look into origins of, well, specifically any kind of ontology or epistemology. And there was just a lot of preconceived ideas that I just held to that were really, really difficult to justify. One of those was objective morality, just the existence of objective morality, and moral realism. And another thing that was really difficult for me to justify was just the origin of logic and rationality, and on a more physical note, just the relative consistency of the universe, and the predictability. All these things were really, really difficult for me to grasp within a framework of without any kind of spiritualism, without any kind of uh, divine notion of any sort, because you can't really believe that morality is real, like a real thing, without holding to something making it real. Like something has to make it real outside of a human mind for that to be a real thing. I've looked at different concepts, but there's no way that something outside of our brain could make that real. Like murder can't be wrong to a tree or to a dog or something outside of our brains. It's our brains that make us say that murder is wrong, and so that creates a situation where we could look at morality being false intuitively, morality being emotions, or just morality being subjective. And all these notions just didn't make any sense to me, because despite what we say we believe, there's many people that say that morality is subjective. There's many people that say that morals aren't real. But the way that we react to certain situations, intuitively, and I'll even say emotionally in some instances, draws us towards this notion that we just feel and we know that some things are right and some things are wrong. And that brought me to a really weird situation. That one, I could just say that all morality is emotional, and it's not rooted in any kind of rationality, and it's truly not a real thing outside of our brains. Or I could say morality is tied to our intuitions and even to rationality, because it is real and it is firmed in something outside of our brains. And this was brought to me from looking a little bit deeper into some of the Stoic masters, specifically Seneca and Epictetus, and knowing that they viewed rationality as a gift from Providence or the Logos to guide us towards making right and wrong decisions. It was something that steers our intuitions to making the right and wrong, to avoiding the wrong decision and making the right decision. And it got me to thinking that if I really hold this position, I can't really say I'm an atheist. I have been doing a lot of thought, and I have come to the conclusion that I am a pantheist. I believe a God somewhat like Spinoza's God, or the philosopher's God, or whatever you want to call it. But I do believe that there is something that's the foundation of knowledge, the foundation of the universe, that something that makes the universe work. There's something that connects us to the universe, and there's something that can drive us to do what is right in terms of virtue. And this is weird from a guy who used to call himself politely atheist. I used to have an atheist channel, and all I could tell you is I feel so much better that I have a better understanding of what I believe, and I have a firmer understanding of Stoicism than I did before. And I'm still learning. I'm definitely not a master in this, but it's been a lot of careful study and reflection that has brought me to this position. I don't want to alienate anybody who's an atheist who follows me. I'm not saying I believe atheism is false. I'm saying I believe pantheism is probably true. I don't think there's any way for us to really truly know. Outside of my personal experiences, experiencing my connection with the universe and feeling that this connection is real and valid. And I really hope that any of my atheist subscribers can continue to learn Stoicism. Like I said in previous videos, you can be a theist, you could be an atheist, you could be agnostic and still follow Stoicism. But I can't lie about it. I've already have come out. I don't like saying come out. I've already stated that I'm a pantheist on Twitter, and I want to be clear that almost all my other views have stayed the same. It's this one view in particular is different, and I hope everybody accepts it. If you don't, it's okay. I'm kind of used to that in a way. It's not common to have an atheist turn back to theism. I have been an atheist for a very long time, but I just don't think that is a valid position for myself anymore.